Hello, darling. You know what's absolutely ridiculous? We walk around all day long talking to ourselves anyway. Seriously, think about it. You're already having a constant conversation in your head, telling yourself you're tired, you're broke, you can't figure this out, or wondering if you remembered to feed the cat. So why not make that internal chatter work for you instead of against you? I see you there, nodding along, because you've tried those positive affirmations before, haven't you? You stood in front of the mirror, felt a little silly, mumbled something about abundance, and then your bank account laughed at you. I get it. But here's what nobody tells you about why those affirmations didn't stick, and it's not what you think. The problem isn't that the universe isn't listening. The problem is that you're speaking two different languages at the same time. You're saying I am abundant with your mouth while your mind is calculating how you're going to pay rent. You're declaring I am one with infinite supply while simultaneously checking your bank balance for the 15th time today. It's like trying to order dinner in French while thinking in English and wondering why the waiter looks confused. Here's something that might surprise you. Every single word you speak, every thought you think, is actually a command to the universe. Not a request, not a suggestion, not a pretty please with a cherry on top. A command. The universe doesn't judge your commands as good or bad. It just says, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, and gets to work. The challenge is, most of us are accidentally commanding exactly what we don't want. Think of it this way. Your mind is like the world's most obedient assistant, but it takes everything literally. When you say, I can't afford that, your mind hears, command received, create more situations where I can't afford things. When you declare, money is so hard to come by, your mind responds with, Roger that, making money difficult now. It's not trying to be mean, it's just following orders. But here's where it gets exciting. The moment you understand this principle, everything changes. Because if your words are commands, then you get to be the boss. And I'm about to share with you 10 specific commands that, when spoken with intention and consistency, literally reprogram your reality. Let's start with the foundation. I am one with the infinite supply, and all my needs are instantly met. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds lovely, but what about my student loans? Here's the thing. When you declare yourself one with infinite supply, you're not denying your current circumstances. You're establishing a new relationship with the universe itself. You're stepping out of the mindset of scarcity and into the truth of abundance that surrounds us everywhere. Look around you right now. The air you're breathing? Free and unlimited. The sunlight? Free and unlimited. The creativity in your mind? Free and unlimited. The universe operates on principles of abundance, not scarcity. Scarcity is a human invention, and a pretty recent one at that. The second command is revolutionary. God is my unfailing source, and the universe must obey divine law. Now, whether you call it God, source, universe, or Fred, doesn't matter. What matters is recognizing that there's a power greater than your current circumstances, and that power operates by law, not by mood. The law of gravity doesn't work sometimes and take a day off on Tuesdays. Divine law doesn't play favorites or have bad days either. Here's where most people get tripped up. They think they need to convince the universe to help them, like they're negotiating with a cosmic customer service representative. But you don't negotiate with gravity, you work with it. You don't beg electricity to power your lights, you flip the switch. Same principle applies here. Every day, in every way, abundance flows to me now. This isn't about sitting on your couch waiting for money to fall from the sky. Although honestly, stranger things have happened. This is about training your awareness to notice the abundance that's already flowing. That unexpected discount, that helpful contact, that perfect parking space, that refund you forgot about. Abundance shows up in 1,000 small ways before it shows up in big ways. Now, nothing can resist the word of God spoken through me. This might sound a little intense, but stay with me. When you speak from that place of knowing, that place of absolute certainty, something shifts in the fabric of reality itself. It's not about being pushy or demanding. It's about speaking with the authority that comes from understanding universal law. Think about when you tell a child to look both ways before crossing the street. You don't say it tentatively, hoping they might consider it. You say it with authority because you know it's true and necessary. That's the energy we're talking about here. What is mine by divine right now comes to me with speed, under grace, and in perfect ways. This is where we get practical about timing and methods. You're not forcing outcomes or manipulating circumstances. You're claiming what belongs to you by divine inheritance and trusting that it will arrive in the perfect way and timing. Sometimes that looks like a job offer. Sometimes it looks like finding $20 in an old coat pocket. The universe is wildly creative in its delivery methods. I command money, opportunities, and blessings to appear in my life now. I love this one because it's so direct. No beating around the bush. No apologizing for wanting good things. You're literally commanding your good to show up. And here's the beautiful thing about commands versus requests. Commands expect results. There is no loss in divine mind. Everything I desire comes to me multiplied. This addresses that sneaky fear we all have about taking up too much space, wanting too much, or somehow depleting the universe's supply. Divine mind doesn't operate on a budget. There's no cosmic accountant keeping track of who's getting what. In divine mind, your prosperity actually adds to the total prosperity of everyone. The universe hears my word, and it cannot return void. Every word you speak with intention has power. Not some words, not the pretty words, not just the words you say in perfect meditation pose. Every intentional word. This isn't metaphysical theory, this is metaphysical fact. Unexpected doors open, and miracles chase me every day. Now we're programming for surprises. Instead of bracing for problems, you're expecting delightful surprises. Instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop, you're anticipating the universe to shower you with plot twists that work in your favor. And finally, I speak the word, and it is established now. Not tomorrow, not when you deserve it, not when the stars align perfectly. Now, in this moment, you are establishing your new reality with your words. Here's how to make this actually work in your real life, because I know you're practical and you want results. First, pick 3 of these statements that really resonate with you. Don't try to memorize all 10 immediately. Your brain will rebel, and you'll end up remembering none of them when you actually need them. Write these 3 on sticky notes and put them where you'll see them. Bathroom mirror, coffee maker, car dashboard. Every time you see one, say it out loud with intention. Not mumbling, not apologetically, but like you're stating a fact. The sky is blue, grass is green, and I am one with infinite supply. Second, use these statements as interrupts when you catch yourself spiraling into lack thinking. The moment you hear yourself saying, I can't afford, interrupt with, I am one with infinite supply. When you start worrying about money, immediately declare, God is my unfailing source. Make it automatic. Third, say these statements as if you're talking to a dear friend who needs encouragement. You wouldn't mumble support to someone you love. You'd say it with conviction and warmth. Treat yourself with the same kindness. Here's what's going to happen, and you can count on this. The first few days, you'll feel a little silly. That's just your old programming trying to stay in control. Keep going anyway. Around day 4 or 5, you'll notice small shifts. Maybe you'll find unexpected money. Maybe opportunities will start showing up. Maybe you'll just feel lighter and more optimistic. By week 2, people will start asking you what's different about you. They won't be able to put their finger on it, but you'll be carrying yourself differently. You'll be expecting good things instead of bracing for problems. Here's your assignment, and yes, it's mandatory if you want results. Before you go to bed tonight, choose your 3 favorite statements from this list. Write them down. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you dive into the day's worries, speak these statements out loud. Do this for 7 days straight, and watch what happens. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to experiment with me. 7 days. That's it. What have you got to lose, except the thoughts and circumstances that aren't serving you anyway? The universe is waiting for your commands. It's been waiting patiently while you've been asking permission for things that are already yours. Stop asking and start commanding. Your good is not on its way. It's here now, waiting for you to speak it into visibility. So go ahead, speak those words daily. Watch how the universe must obey. And when your life starts shifting in ways that surprise even you, come back and tell us about it in the comments. Better yet, share this with someone who needs to remember their own power to command their reality. Your words have power. Your voice matters. And your abundance is not a maybe. It's a guarantee waiting for your recognition. Now go speak it into being.